Me and my sister have always been close, but she told me this one secret, and now I refuse to go to her wedding. What could it be, you ask? Let me tell you. I'm 27 male and have a twin sister who's 27 female. For as long as I can remember, my sister and I have always been close and had each other's back. When she came out as gay, I was the first one she told. I supported her wholeheartedly. 3 years ago, I was engaged to my then girlfriend Julie. We had met in college and became fast friends, eventually becoming a couple. I proposed to Julie and she said yes. Everything seemed fine, until I noticed that Julie had started to be a little more distant with me. Not giving me a cold shoulder or anything, but just off. I asked her if she was okay. She said she was fine, but would like some more space for a while. I was worried, but I respected her wishes and gave her space. A few weeks later, she broke up with me. I was so devastated and did not know what happened. I reached out to my sister for support and she was there for me. She and Julie had gotten along really well, so I asked her if she knew what happened. She was hesitant but said yes. Well, I asked to explain, and she said it's not her place to tell me. I kept pushing, but my sister stood her ground and said that she can't say why and Julie will tell me when and if she's ready. Well, she did. Turns out Julie was bisexual, but thought it was just passing feelings. She'd never been with a girl before. She spoke to my sister about it, and my sister helped her realize her true sexuality and feelings. Her words exactly. Julie told me it just wouldn't be fair to either of us if she did not embrace her true self and the fact that she no longer had the same feelings for me she had before. I was stunned, but eventually accepted it. We parted on good terms, even if it was awkward. I was heartbroken, but eventually moved on. I did not start dating or want to for a while. Then, one day, I found out Julie started dating another girl. My sister. I was shocked and admittedly a bit angry at both of them. I had an argument with my sister. My sister swore they did not do anything while she was with me, but Julie admitted she had a crush on my sister the whole time. My sister liked her back but did not do anything because of me. She swore she did not make Julie dump me to be with her. The sad part was, I could tell she was telling the truth. After that, my relationship with my sister was not as great as it used to be. I stopped talking to her as much or even visiting. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, and my sister comes over alone and tells me that she and Julie are engaged, and she was here to invite me to the wedding. The rest of the conversation was a blur, but after she left, I drank. I drank a lot. And after thinking about it for days, I told my sister I would not be attending her wedding. She was heartbroken and begged me to come because she wanted me there. Even my mom called and asked me to come. I told them no. Regardless, I refused to go. I just can't stand having to be there in the crowd and see my sister marry the woman I plan to marry. I don't know, maybe I'm just holding a grudge. Am I the a-hole for this? Not the a-hole. In my opinion, I think this sister crossed the line. OP and his sister have been together and close for so long. This type of level of betrayal is pretty deep. In fact, I think it's too far. I hope they can continue their relationship together and still be close, but I don't blame OP for not going to the wedding, so no, not the a-hole. There's a complete update on this story, so drop your thoughts down below and let's check out the update. Hey everyone, the wedding was last weekend and, as I said in an edit, I took a trip to Vancouver. I disconnected from everyone and just enjoyed the beautiful Canadian city. Before going, I called my sister and told her that I wasn't coming. I figure I owed my twin that much. She was upset, but she surprisingly agreed with my decision. I told my parents and they told me they understood as well. So I left last Friday and came back this Monday. From what I heard, many people asked about me, but the wedding went off without a hitch. While I was there, I decided that despite everything, I loved my sister and still wanted a relationship with her. So when I came home on Monday, I drove straight to her place. Luckily, my ex was asleep and they weren't leaving for their honeymoon until Tuesday. I took my sister to a local cafe we loved as kids and we talked. I explained to her my feelings and even showed her the post I made and all your comments. She started crying and apologizing for hurting me and being an awful twin. She asked me if I was planning to go no contact with her. I told her no, and I did not expect her to leave her, now wife, for my sake. But I also said to her to not expect me around as much, at least not for now. I'm gonna start counseling as many of you suggested. I told her this and she started apologizing again, saying she never meant to push me this far and she would have left my ex a long time ago if I told her how much it bothered me. She assumed since I did not that I was okay with it. I told her straight up that love works in some odd ways, and while I understand she fell in love, I couldn't have the same relationship with her as we used to, that we'd have to work on it. We ended the conversation on a tense but also optimistic note. When I dropped her home, she wrapped me in a hug and just held me for a long time. Then she broke apart, gave me a sad smile, and went inside. She left for her honeymoon on Tuesday, and I started my counseling on Thursday, which I feel went well. Well, I'm glad that they did start to work their relationship out and mend it for the better. But to be honest, I don't think the sister was completely truthful about her full intentions. In my opinion, I think she knew exactly what she was doing, and she wanted them to break up because she wanted her. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comment section down below. The final story today is titled, Am I the A-hole for ruining my sister-in-law's honeymoon by exposing her racism? Yep, this one gets intense. Here it comes. Throwaway account, although my sister-in-law will probably recognize the story anyways, so I don't know why I even bother. I don't think what I did was an a-hole move at all, but maybe the timing was a bit off. But no, I don't think I'm an a-hole full stop. I'm a 27-year-old female and my sister-in-law is 30. Got married last weekend. She's my long-term boyfriend's sister. They're white and I'm Middle Eastern, and a dark one with raven black hair. She was looking for a photographer that did not bankrupt her, so I suggested a friend of mine who's new in the business, and charged less than half because things cost over 5,000 euros these days. She was excited and I set a group chat with her and my photographer friend. We talked a little and later they met and they started messaging directly to each other. The wedding was amazing and everything went smoothly. I was one of the guests and she seemed happy. The next day they went off to their honeymoon. I don't know if it was by mistake, but instead of texting the photographer directly like she's done for the past few months, she texted him to our old iMessage chat. She thanked him but had a favor to ask him and wondered whether he could retouch some asymmetry in the flowers archway. I'm sorry, I don't know the right terms. But also, if he could take me off some photos because I'm too dark, and I ruin the color palette. Not all pictures, just the one she's in. I texted back, are you kidding me? She did not answer. I took a screenshot and posted it on my Insta story tagging her. She called my boyfriend crying her eyes out, calling me an a-hole for embarrassing her and ruining her honeymoon. Boyfriend thought it was a low blow. I was blinded with rage when I did it, but even now I'm calm. I still don't think I feel I was an a-hole. But people have contacted her apparently asking if she really wrote this. She's so beautiful and successful, so please don't blame it on jealousy or scare of being outshined. A little edit and an update. Number 1. Sister-in-law is still on her honeymoon, so I haven't talked to her yet, but she's bombarding my boyfriend, demanding that I apologize and make a new Insta story with my apology. More people got involved, including my boyfriend's mother, that I thought I was out of the line, ruining her daughter's wedding. I've also got contacted by my sister-in-law's friends. Yeah, some of them told me stories about what she's been talking about behind my back. Yeah, she got what she deserved. The amount of her friends that weren't surprised at all with her text made it clear for me that I was not in the wrong. My sister-in-law is self-employed with some foreign customers. That's why she's taking it so hard, because she's scared that that would affect her career. I don't feel like I need to save her career should something bad happen. Number 2. My photographer friend did what he was told. That's the only right way, in my opinion. Being professional and not confuse work with his own values. He asked me if I wanted him to say something, and I said no. I also asked him not to tell me what they're texting since she's his client, so he should not break confidentiality. He's just starting his career and he will meet worse brides than this. She was at least nice to him through their interaction. Number 3. Now to my boyfriend. As I said, he thought this whole thing was uncomfortable. I told him if he wanted to be with me, he needs to discuss uncomfortable topics. He opened up and it was actually deeper than this. This has happened before. His uncle is very rich, and for his 60th birthday, he had a very big party. As a thank you, we received thank you cards with our pictures on it professionally taken. I remember this picture because his uncle had a quote, red carpet moment where guests were photographed upon their arrival. Later, we went to my boyfriend's mother to see the rest of the photos. I wasn't in any of them. I thought it was funny how I literally evaded being caught on camera. I never mentioned this or even reflected on it, and while my boyfriend and his family were looking at the pictures and discussing the evening, it was just so normal and no one mentioned something out of the ordinary. Today, he finally told me. I was photoshopped off the pictures. Everyone in his family knew it but me. At the time, they just thought the uncle could choose whoever he wanted to have in his pictures, and they moved on. Here's a little conversation between me and my boyfriend. But you kept it from me? Yeah. So, you must have thought it was hurtful. I did. I asked my family not to tell you. And we continued going to that uncle? Celebrated some Christmases, Easters, and vacations with him? You did not feel offended on my behalf? And now, you think it's okay that your sister's doing the same? Ugh, I didn't think of it that way. I know my sister, she's not racist. Yeah, if she isn't racist, why is she feeling embarrassed now? Do you think what she did was alright? Of course not. Will you just stand by and watch this happen to our children? Of course not. I know my boyfriend very well. He's very kind and I never felt he's racist in any way. I know he's not stupid and is aware of these things, which makes it worse because it just means he doesn't care enough. I asked him why he did not care enough and he said he was so sorry, but he knows me to be a strong girl that never lets these petty things affect her. He's right. I normally ignore 99% of racism and microaggressions I face in life and even laugh at their arrogance. We even discussed this before, but does being strong mean that people are entitled to try to hurt me? Because I usually don't let them? Does it mean I wouldn't appreciate to feel the support of my boyfriend having my back? Don't strong women deserve being supported by their loved ones and feeling safe and loved? He could not answer this. I told him that I never want his sister in my life again, or his uncle, and probably not his mother either, if she still wants me to apologize. I don't want to surround myself with people like them, and especially when I have a child, and asked him if he's willing to live like that. I asked him not to answer me now and think about it closely. It kind of felt like an ultimatum, and that's bad, but I did not know how else to handle the situation. I never thought of myself as someone who's petty or makes ultimatums. This experience taught me that I'm both. In my opinion on this one, I am so glad OP decided to post all this on social media, because this girl need to be shown for what she said. The funny fact is, she decided to say this to the photographer who knew OP. That's the wildest part of all of it. Guys, let me know what you think below. Would you have exposed this girl for being blatantly racism? Or would you just give her an extra set of doubt and just go about your business? Drop your comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys. That's all the stories I have for you today. I truly hope you enjoyed each and every one. And just know, I love making these stories. I do it every single day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.